So do you belong to any like physical meetup groups or anything like that? Do you know anybody in the area that is of ilk? Pub talks and things like that?
Yeah, well, Brisbane has a fairly there's a branch of Q Skeptics, the Queensland Skeptics, and they have a speaker every month, and that's always interesting. Just last night they had a ghost tour operator, and he was quite interesting actually. Like he was into a lot of the history and stuff, which was great. And then there's also a Skeptics in the Pub, which happens over a couple of locations every 2 weeks, so we can sort of chat. And I actually prefer the Skeptics in the Pub because it's less formal and you just get to talk with like-minded people, which is always good.
Well, and there's a pub involved. And I do have to make a quick correction. It's pronounced Brisbane. So
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Yeah, you're going to want to go back.
Yeah, you're not
Brisbane.
It's
like two
right,
words. Yeah, so get it right. I know you're new over there.
I could have been getting it wrong for the past 7 years. I mean, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
I think it is embarrassing, you know.
So you got something coming up in July. You're going to have a SkeptiCamp. We talked about it on the air once before, but it's sort of right around the corner for anybody who's in Brisbane.
Yeah, that's right. So it's coming up on July the 19th, and the cool thing about the SkeptiCamp is that it's free. So anyone can, come and they don't have to pay to get in. And the thing is, we've got a lot of local skeptics and speakers actually talking at the event. So it's just nice to get to meet all those people who you wouldn't normally get to meet. And there's about sort of 6 or 7 hours worth of material here. So, I mean, this is the first ever SkeptiCamp in Brisbane. We've talked about it for about 2 years, and finally we got off our asses and actually did it. Because what happens is that the national convention moves around every year that the Australian skeptics put on. But because Brisbane is still a relatively small city, it doesn't come to Brisbane very often. So we've decided that every year we're going to put on an event that people can come to and get together and talk about skepticism, essentially. And there's actually some guests as well coming. One of them, his name's John Cook. He actually runs Skeptical Science, the website.
Cool. Yeah, I know. That's global warming.
He's actually from the University of Queensland, and he's going to do a talk about engaging with climate change deniers. And we also have someone called Loretta Maron, who she actually works with Friends of Science in medicine, and she sort of tries with her group to combat a lot of woo therapies. So she's going to talk as well. So we've got a big mix of talks coming up on the day, and some little cupcake competitions and things like that, just to keep it interesting. And for those of you who are into Jake Farr-Wharton as well, I mean, who's not?
Who's not? Come on now.
He and I will be emceeing the event and also doing a podcast live on the day as well. So it's going to be a big
wonderful.
day.
That sounds like a great time. Yeah, send me a ticket.
Yeah.
I'll be there. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Tom, it's free. There's no
I mean a ticket to Australia. I'm interested in this cupcake competition. I was tuning the rest of it out, but he said cupcake competition.
I started building a raft as soon as he said it.
Oh, these Cambodian cupcakes aren't delicious at all.
Yeah. Maybe we should start doing, SkeptiCamp Cambodia. I mean, the only downside is it will probably be in a literal camp and not the kind where there's a fire and marshmallows.
Skeptic Cambodia. That's